Good morning. I look exactly how I feel right now. If I could stay in bed forever, I would. But I can't. So let's get up. I was literally thinking about getting up and driving to Dunkin' and getting my favorite drink, the Charlie Cold Foam with oat milk and a light ice, in case you were wondering. I just don't feel like it. I don't want to drive anywhere. I would much rather be in bed. And although I have to get up because I have to film this video, I think I'm just gonna order something on Uber Eats because your girl's lazy and I have a lot to do. But first, let's say thank you to today's sponsor. Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. So if you didn't already know, Book of the Month is a monthly subscription service. You are able to pick 1 out of 5 different book picks every single month that are specifically selected for readers like you and me. One of my favorite things about Book of the Month is that it's completely risk-free, so you can totally skip a month if you need to, and the range and selection of their books every single month is impeccable. So they sent me over their 5 book picks for the month of August, and I'm going to share them all with you. So the first book pick for the month of August is The Heart Principle, and this is by Helen Huang. I love when Book of the Month does romance books because usually they are paperback, but Book of the Month specifically usually only does hardcovers. So you get a romance book in hardcovers, and that works perfect with my shelves because majority of my books are hardcover. I believe this is the 3rd book in this series, so I'm not fully sure what it's about, but I do have the other 2 books and I'm just really excited because now I have all of them and I can binge read them. Then we have Not a Happy Family by Shari Lapena. This is a suspenseful novel about a wealthy family dealing with the consequences after their parents get brutally murdered. Then we have Once They Were Wolves by Charlotte McConaughey. This is about a woman who travels to Scotland in order to save the wilderness. However, when her life finally starts to settle down, tragedy hits. Then we have The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, and this is by Zoraida Cordova. This is about a family who inherits magical powers. However, with that power comes great enemies, and I think that's like very mysterious and I'm living for it. I'm also just so obsessed with the covers this month. Like, I feel like I say that every single month, but like, this is stunning. Then we have Damnation Spring, and this is by Ash Davidson. This one is about a family struggling to make ends meet in a logging town that is divided by the fate of the forest. These are all the incredible books that were included in this month's picks, and honestly they all sound so good. If you thought they sounded good as well, you can use the code MikaAugust and the link down below in my description in order to get your first box for $9.99. Thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video, and I hope you guys enjoy. I would be a complete liar if I said I woke up today and I just knocked off everything I had to do on my to-do list, but the truth is I literally sat here and read all day. I didn't clean my room like I said I was going to do. I didn't get like half of the things that I wanted to get off of my to-do list done. Right now I feel like my life is a complete total mess. So what better way to deal with that than to Marie Kondo my way out of it? So if you don't already know the Marie Kondo method of cleaning, the overall objective is to get rid of things that you own that don't bring you any source of joy, regardless of the sentimental value it has. And you know what? It's hard for me to get rid of books because they usually tend to bring joy into my life. However, I do think that I own a couple of books that would most definitely spark a bit more joy in other people's hands rather than mine. And I know I said that I didn't really get much cleaning done, but that was kind of a lie. I actually managed to narrow down like a few books that I'm keeping and a few books that I'm giving away, and I have a huge box full of books that are kind of like my maybe pile. Some I'm positive that I'm giving away and others not so much. Honestly, most of the books that I am giving away are ARCs and copies that were sent to me from publishers, so I won't be like selling majority of them unless I bought them with my own money. I'll probably give them away to like libraries or my family members and friends who really want them. I'm honestly thinking about all of the books that I have to unhaul, and I think I'm just gonna go through them with you guys and ask myself if they spark joy, if I'm willing to keep them, if I'm interested in the story. I know I'm very privileged to have the amount of books that I own in my collection, and very privileged to even be thinking about just like giving them away because I don't have room for them or space for them. But the reason reason I'm doing that is because I feel like it would be unfair for me to keep these when I know that they would do so much better in other people's homes. And it's really hard for me to part with books because I'm a hoarder. I just love keeping them. Like, I just love having a huge personal library as my collection. But yeah, I might even go through some of the book box items that I have and see if I'm going to keep them or give them away as well. So let's get to it, I guess. I currently have a complete like stack of books next to me. I also have a huge box which I will show in a second, and I'm just going through them all and like putting them in the boxes and deciding which ones are like maybe and which ones I'm gonna keep and which ones I'm not gonna keep. I also have like a bunch of little trinkets and stuff on my shelves that I don't know if I want or not, so I'm probably going to put that in a box for any future giveaways I do or anything like that. But yeah, my room right now looks like a war zone and I don't know what to do about it because now I'm kind of overwhelmed. This entire box is just filled with books that are a maybe giveaway and like for sure giveaways, so I'll go through this with y'all probably and decide which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm fully giving away. But in the meantime, we need to tackle all of this because like this just looks so messy and it's stressing me out. So I'm on FaceTime with Christina. Hello. We're like both kind of reorganizing our shelves ish. Yeah, we both just have like the motivation right now, so why not?
We really do. You motivated me, actually.
Oh my god, I love that. My goodness, it's so hot in my room, especially with my ring light. I did a lot of cleaning. I'm very happy with myself. I love how I say that, and then the back of my video is just, but by cleaning I mean I like took a bunch of books that I just don't want anymore, or I'm not sure if I want anymore, and I put them in stacks next to me, and I have a lot to go through. I also have this entire box here which is filled with things that I'm keeping, and then I have another box in another room that's full of stuff that is going to be for giveaways, and those are all bookish items from like book boxes, so like Beacon Book Box, Fairy Loot, Illumicrate. I honestly don't know where to start when it comes to all of the books that I want to give away. Okay, so let's start off with the books I'm not sure I want to give away or not. The pile is honestly not that big. So first up we have Too Good to Be True, and this is by Carola Lovering, and this is a thriller, I believe, and it does sound really interesting. It's just I don't know if I'm ever going to read it. I have a lot of thrillers that I'm like, am I ever really going to read that? I honestly think I might keep this because the synopsis sounds very interesting to me, and it does seem like something I would really want to pick up. So I think I might keep this. I'm gonna put this in the keep pile for now. Then we have Muse, and this is by Brittany Cavallaro. The only reason that this is even in this pile is because I think I have 2 copies and I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna give this away or not until I know for a fact if I have 2 copies of it. And then we have Miss Meteor, and the only reason I was going to keep this one is because someone on Twitter actually told me that they read this and they loved it, but I just don't see myself reading it anytime soon. This came in a Once Upon a Book Club book box when I used to be a rep for them. The next few books are all ARCs. I am an ARC hoarder. I have so many that I just never give away or just keep around, and I literally do not have room for it anymore. So majority of these are for sure gonna be me giving them away or donating them because I just don't have any need for them on my shelves personally. And then also a lot of the ARCs that I'm giving away I have the finished copy of, so once I get the finished copy of a book, I personally think I don't need the ARC anymore unless it's like a favorite of mine or a book that I really enjoyed. So first up we have Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I tried reading this book a while ago and I just didn't really enjoy it that much. I do have the finished copy and I honestly might get rid of that too. I am definitely going to be donating this one. So this one I was actually struggling on whether or not I want to give it away or not, and that is Where Dreams Descend. And I really want to like this book, and I tried starting it, but the only problem is I just wasn't in like the magical fantasy mood when I read it. I do have the finished copy, so I technically don't need the arc anymore, and I do think that I will pick up the book eventually, just not anytime soon, which means I don't need this. Like, it doesn't spark joy. It's not like I'm obsessed with the book or anything like that. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be giving this one away. Okay, then we have The Girl in the White Van, and this is by April Henry. I'm trying to get more into thrillers, and this is a YA thriller, but I just don't see myself reading this. Most of these books I don't see myself reading, and that's literally the only reason. Then we have Homewrecker, and this is by Deanna Cameron. And honestly, this one sounds kind of good, but it is the arc, and I feel like I'd just rather get the finished copy. Okay, the next one is one that I've had for a while, and I haven't even read the first book in the series, so I don't really know why I have the second arc. It was one of the first arcs that I've ever gotten, and that is The Everlasting Rose by Danielle Clayton. This is from the Belle series, and I do have the first book, The Bells, on like my pink and white shelf, if you've seen it. Again, this is a case of me just willing to get the finished copy. Then we have Amelia Unabridged. I just read the synopsis, and I actually think I might keep this one. Then we have What She Found in the Woods by Josephine Angelini. So I just read the synopsis of this one too, and I think I also might keep this one. Not gonna lie, it's kind of giving me We Were Liars vibes, but the premise of this one sounds way more interesting, so I'm hoping this will actually be a little bit better. Then we have The Girl Who Wasn't There by Penny Jolson. I'm not really interested in this one that much, and it doesn't spark any joy, it doesn't spark any interest, so I think I'm going to give this one away. I'm pretty sure all of the books that I'm about to show you, like the rest of the arcs, I have finished copies of them, which is why I'm giving away the arcs. The Meet Cute Project by Rhiannon Richardson. The Nature of Witches, and this is by Rachel Griffin. I actually have 2 arcs of these books plus the finished copy, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep this arc or this arc. I don't know, but either way, I'm definitely giving away one of these. Then we have In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. I also have the finished copy of this one. And then we have Your Corner Dark by Desmond Hall. Next up, we have Misfit in Love. And then We Can't Keep Meeting Like This, which I'm really excited to read. I do have the finished copy, super excited. I've heard really, really great things about this one, so can't wait. Then we have The Cost of Knowing, Blood Like Magic, which is another one I'm so excited for. So all of these arcs are pretty much ones that I'm really excited for and have the finished copies. But look at how big this book is. Like, that's crazy. And it's a floppy paperback. I actually love that. No, I can't keep it. It takes up too much space. Then we have The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott, Glimpsed by G.F. Miller, Your Heart, My Sky by Margarita Angel. And then the last arc we have is Bruised by Tanya Boteju. These are all the finished copies and regular books that I'm most likely gonna get rid of. So let's just dive in because there's so many to show y'all. First up, we have You'd Be Mine, and this is by Erin Hahn. Don't even know what this is about. It was on like my romance shelf. I just don't see myself reading this. I feel like even the premise doesn't sound super interesting to me. Then we have Happily Ever Afters by Elise Bryant. This also came in a Once Upon a Book Club box. This story definitely sounds cute. I just don't think I'm going to be reading it anytime soon. We have Jane Harper's The Survivors. This is a thriller, but it's one of those thrillers that just sounds very overdone. And it sounds like I've heard this premise like done 8,000 times. I feel like this one is going to be a shock to a lot of people, but I'm getting rid of Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And the reason for that is because I just lost all of my interest in this series. I literally don't care. I don't want to read about it anymore. It literally pains me to get rid of this copy though, because it's so beautiful, and I want to keep it so bad, but I just know I'm not going to read it. My favorite thing is when you open the dust jacket and like underneath it, it's like, I don't know. I might keep this. And the only reason is because the ship, I've seen like tweets about the ship in this book, and it does seem really cute. So this might go in my maybe pile, but I'm very tempted to just give it away. It doesn't really bring me any sense of joy unless I look at the cover. Then we have Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky, The Sky Blues, the paperback version of The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. I have the hardcover of this one. Indestructible Object, Imposter Syndrome, The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. Just not really into like historical novels, and I feel like this is a historical novel. Like, if I'm being realistic, I probably won't be reading that anytime soon. Then we have We Were Infinite. We have The Office of Historical Corrections, Bruised by Tanya Buteju, In a Book Club Far Away, Winter Counts, Prepped. I thought I was gonna really want to keep this one, but then I read the synopsis and it's just, it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Your Heart, My Sky. Then the paperback version of Always and Forever, Laura Jean. I have a copy of this already. I got sent 2 copies for some reason. So yeah, we'll be giving this one away. One Great Lie. Final revival of Opal and New. And What Comes After. Okay, then we have Glimpsed by G.F. Miller. It's All Your Fault by Paul Rudnick. It took me a minute to part with this one because I loved the book Gorgeous by Paul Rudnick, and I really thought I was gonna like this one too, but I feel like I'm not gonna like it. I actually might keep this one. I literally can't decide. I think I'm gonna keep it. And then we have the entire Geekerella trilogy, and the only reason I'm giving this away is because I have the first one in hardcover and I want the last 2 in hardcover as well. So I might do a giveaway soon if anyone wants these books. I'm filming.
Hey!
Dude, look. I have like just stacks of books next to me.
You have to put all those books away?
Well, I'm getting rid of all of these.
It probably took you like a lot to like take those out of your shelf.
It was so hard. I don't think you understand. So even though it was rudely interrupted, let's get started into this last stack of books. We have Alex 6 by Vince Taplin. This was sent to me by the author, and to be honest, this does sound kind of interesting. Wait, I'm keeping this. So this is about a like really wealthy executive, and she really wants children, but her husband passes away, so her hope for being a mother also passes away. And then she meets this other guy, and he's a family man, and he's basically like a doppelganger of her like newly deceased husband. And so she pays him to help her produce a child that resembles her husband, which is a little bit weird, but anyways. And the guy that she's paying to do this, he's married. That's on its I'm keeping this. Then we have Splinters of Scarlet by Emily Bain Murphy. You want to come say hi, Lowe's? She's like terrified right now because she hates the sound of people mowing their lawn, and someone right now is mowing their lawn. So we'll just have her next to us for this video, I guess. Then we have Night Shine by Tessa Grayton. Then we have The Removed by Brandon Hobson. The Prophets by Robert Jones Jr. Where We Are, and this is by Allison McGee. Heiress Apparently. This is by Diana Ma. It kind of gives me Crazy Rich Asians vibes, but YA. Memorial, and this is by Brian Washington. When the World Was Ours. When You Were Mine. I feel like a lot of these titles sound so similar. Is that just me? Am I going crazy? Then we have What's Mine and Yours. The Love Curse of Melody McIntyre. Then we have The Ravens. I have so many editions of this book because I don't know why, but every single book box decided to include this towards the end of the year last year. These are about sorority girls who are also witches. And I believe this copy is signed because it's the Beacon book box edition. So we have the author's signature. But I have like, I think it was the Illumicrate edition or the Very Lit edition with the really pretty pink sprayed edges, along with another edition that the author sent me. So I'm not sure which one I'm getting rid of yet, but I definitely am getting rid of some of them because I haven't even read the book yet, and I have like 4 different copies of it. Crown Chasers by Rebecca Coffindaffer. It's so hard to place this book on my shelves, and it's also sci-fi, and I haven't really been reading that much sci-fi. I want to get more into it, but for now I think I will be giving this one away. We have This Close to Okay. Then we have The Glass Hotel, A Golden Fury, which I was really intrigued about reading at first. I kind of just lost interest in the plot of that one. Then we have Amy Schumer's. I don't even know what the hell this is. Is this like a memoir, a biography, or oh, it's a biography and autobiography. It's called The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo. I went through a stage where I literally loved Amy Schumer and I thought she was so funny, and sometimes I still will watch like her comedy specials and stuff, but I don't see myself reading her book like ever. So we'll be getting rid of this. We have Broken Wish by Julie C. Dow. We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lange. Liberty by Caitlin Greenidge. Sisters in Arms. How Lucky, which I actually think I might keep this one. The People We Keep. Things We Lost to the water. And then last but not least, we have Razor Blade Tears. So these over here are all the books that I'm actually going to be keeping. So I ended up keeping 7 books out of the 73 books. So out of the 73 books that I'm getting rid of, I'm keeping about 7 of them. I think I'm done with the unhaul. I got rid of as many books as I possibly could. I feel like I definitely still have a lot more books on my shelves that I could get rid of, but I'll worry about that when I'm reorganizing everything. I may come across more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you check out Book of the Month and use the code MikaAugust in order to get your first book box for only $9.99. If you stayed to this point in the video, I want you to leave a flower emoji down below in the comments, and we will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.
East and the west, I'm racking up on my bread, power on me, I'm feeling just like a Tesla. Too much tree, the smoke is making my chest hurt. Girl on me, I'm thinking I should've rest her. Hey, I'm thinking I should've rest all night long. She putting me to the test, got a lot on, I'm trying to take out the rest.